What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out issue number 3 of Incarnate's Frontier. Joshua Williamson has been delivering a great story so far with a lot of twists and turns along the way, and I gotta say, the ending of this new issue is wild. Now, getting into this new issue, we first get a recap of previous events. Events being the JSA headquarters in Gotham getting destroyed, Black Lantern Roy Harper flying up into space, Metropolis military base exploding because of Captain Atom, DEO agent Cameron Chase potentially being killed by the explosion. These are all situations that will be further explored in this issue. From here, we switch to Alan Scott's the Green Lantern, teaming up with his son, Obsidian. We get an awesome double page spread showing them beating the crap out of JSA villains. We see villains such as Kronos, Johnny Sorrow, Solomon Grundy, the Gentleman Ghost. That's the name you guys probably haven't heard in a while. When I hear Gentleman Ghost, I always think of that one episode from Batman the Brave and the Bold. Now remember guys, Alan Scott and Obsidian are doing all this in search of Jade. This search then leads them to their next JSA villain, Shade. I was wondering when it would be my turn for our visits, Shade says, sitting in his chair. He then comments on Alan's new lease on life, which I found very interesting. Alan then asks Shade if he knows anything about the heroes that are missing. I'm afraid I won't be much help, old friend. May my former associates have gone quiet, Shade says. He then suggests Alan and Obsidian go visit an enemy of the JSA's legacy. What do you mean? Alan says. You say it's not one of your enemies, Dad, but one of mine and Jade's. I know who we need to see next, Obsidian states as we switch to Roy Harper. Come to me, my Black Lantern, a dark voice says. Now you guys can theorize on who is behind this dark voice. It's either Darkseid, which is the more obvious choice, or it's Necron, which that would be so awesome guys. It's been a while since he showed up in DC Comics, and that'd be a great return in this big comic book event. Now Roy then sees flashes of his life, but then he notices his daughter, Leon, is alive. He's shocked by this, but he has no time to think. He must find out where he is. Where he is space. Roy isn't scared at all though. It's space, the final frontier. He's a Black Lantern now too. All he has to do is make a construct of a spaceship. But before Roy uses his Black Lantern ring, he remembers the last time he used it, he almost turned into a zombie. So instead, he decides to wait. Some hero will come eventually, right? Speak of the devil, Roy says as a huge flash of lights comes upon him. We then switch to Earth 22. You are not welcome here, Magog says, blasting Calvin Ellis, the President's Superman. Your Superman told me you had reformed, Magog, Calvin says, taking the blast. I have. You are invading my world. Every time someone arrives from the multiverse, it's caused tragedy. It interrupts the balance of time and space, Magog states. What do you know about tragedy? Thomas Wayne says, charging forward. Magog then grabs him by the neck, saying, if I must use your friend as a warning to uninvited guests, I will. Relax, big man. Justice Incarnate in the house, Captain Carrot says. You can throw whoever you want at me, but you won't like my backup, Magog states. Enough! Calvin shouts as he holds his Justice Incarnate team off from Magog. Calvin and Magog then come to an agreement. The Justice Incarnate are allowed to investigate the big space shuttle, but once they're done, they immediately have to leave Magog's world. Calvin's investigation comes to a conclusion, and he decides that the investigation has to continue on his home world, Earth 23. Let me ask you something. You think Magog's the only person sick of the multiverse? Thomas asks. That's what worries me, Thomas. I thought the multiverse was coming together in harmony, but I was wrong. Machine Head, I'm going to return to Earth 23. While I do that, I need you to find the Flash. Calvin says as he leaves the world of Kingdom Come. Speaking of the Flash, we switch to Barry Allen running with Jay Garrick down Old Street Road. You gotta focus, Barry. The multiverse needs you. Only you can be the hero the multiverse needs. Barry, but you must run faster than ever before, Jay says. You got it, Jay, because I'm the Flash, the fastest man alive. Barry says as we switch to Earth Omega. Barry isn't actually running with Jay Garrick. Barry is actually powering a device as he runs, similar to what he did in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now he is being controlled by the Psycho Pirates. I'll save you, Barry says as he continues to run in a false reality. Yes, save our multiverse. Run, Barry. Run. Psycho Pirate says, smiling. We switch to Bloodhaven on Earth. We see Alan Scott and Obsidian take down 2 guards in order to make it into the Command D facility. When they make it in, they see a huge spaceship. You are behind schedule. We need more carrier arcs vibrating today. Get those celluloid now! Director Bones shouts. What kind of spaceship needs prison cells? Obsidian says before Alan and him are ambushed by the Hunter from issue number 1, Extracts. I told Bones that if we grabbed a few heroes, the rest would come to us. Extract says as she attacks with her men. Alan and Obsidian then blast the forces with their energy. Just tell me where my daughter is. Alan shouts. I know where Jade is, Alan, but you don't understand what is at stake here. Bones' plan is the only way to save our world. Agent Shay says, standing with a huge blaster. She then blasts Alan and Obsidian, knocking them down. We then switch back to Roy Harper, now on a spaceship. He talks with Agent Haymans, an agent of the DEO, aka he's working for Director Bones. So you keep an eye out for anyone trying to crash our world? Roy asks as he looks out into space. Exactly. Or, you know, people who came back from the dead. Heyman says. Roy then falls to the ground with a big headache. Turns out Agent Heyman is Hector Heyman. You know, the Green Lantern villain with a huge brain. Well, see, when reality returned after Dark Knight's death metal, Heyman's returned back to his original self. So basically, he still has a big intellect, but he doesn't look like a big-headed, like a weird big-headed guy now. Like, he doesn't have like a big head with a small body. He has a regular body. Now, Heyman considers this all a gift. He really likes it. Now, Heyman then sends the spaceship to the Bleed. Roy then looks up in pain. Isn't it beautiful? It's called the Bleed. The space between worlds in the multiverse, Heyman says. Turns out Heyman has been the one in pursuit of Roy the entire time. He sent extracts after Roy in issue number 1. Now Heyman has made a deal with an unknown person to trade Roy's Black Lantern ring. Where are you taking me? Roy asks. Next stop, Heyman says before he's interrupted by a hit in the spaceship. They're here, in the Bleed. That's impossible. Hector Heyman says as he prepares his forces to fight. Roy then gets up. He's still in pain, but he must find a way out. Roy then gets control of his Black Lantern ring, and he begins to take out all of Heyman's forces. How did you? Heyman says before Roy punches him straight in the face, saying, never take your eye off your targets. Roy then continues to fight Heyman's forces, but he begins to get overwhelmed and lose control of his Black Lantern ring again. That's when it's revealed who came on to the spaceship. All the missing heroes, Atom Smasher, Jade, Power Girl, Wildcats, and more are back. and they aren't on Roy's side. They think he's a zombie, so they are here to kill him. Guys, this is a crazy ending. Seeing all these heroes back is awesome. This is a great way to end the first half of this mini event series. Plus, Roy meeting them as a Black Lantern gets me super excited for the next issue. They're really giving Roy an interesting character arc. He's getting the best treatment in the series. Making him a Black Lantern is the best decision DC did with his character in years. As for Alan Scott and Obsidian, their story is going in a really cool direction. We are slowly finding out more about Director Bones' plan. Also, Alan's looking for Jade, and she pops up at the end of the issue in Roy's story. So the overall story Joshua Williamson is making is slowly coming together. It's just good as a reader to see connections between the main different stories being told. Now, the story I'm most interested in actually is Barry. Seeing him controlled by psycho pirates makes me worried for Barry, but also really invested. It gives me Crisis on Infinite Earths vibes, and that story has huge stakes. And it really feels like Joshua Williamson is shooting for those high stakes. And this is just supposed to be like the first parts is big plan, this Infinite Frontier story. So if this is just like the starter, I can't wait to see where this story goes. Overall, I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. I recommend it. The story is progressing well, and things are starting to get bigger in scope. But yeah, you guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. New channel, make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video on Infinite Frontier. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.